what the blinking heck is this? Jaguar. The name alone evokes images of racing green paintwork gleaming in the sunlight, drivers in Barber jackets, possibly James Bond himself, cruising through the verdant English countryside, and the unmistakable growl of a finely tuned engine. For decades, Jaguar has been synonymous with performance and style. So what the blinking heck is this? It's as though Jaguar asked AI to create the wokest, most pretentious, gender ambiguous piece of self-satisfied A-level art using fridge magnet mottos, and this pile of shite was the result. Live vivid. Well, not if it makes you that miserable, thanks. I'd rather not. They look livid, not vivid. And so would I be if I was made to cut my hair like that and dress like the evil love child of a Teletubby and Big Bird. Delete ordinary. No, get lost. I like ordinary, old-fashioned, old school, legacy. Let's even call it, I don't know, small c conservative. They're all good. Why are advertising wonks in thick-framed glasses and roll necks trying to make us think being ordinary is something to be ashamed of? And anyway, they're meant to be selling cars. Stop bombarding us with cheesy motivational cliches that don't tell me whether you offer seated heats and space for the supermarket shop in the boot. Break molds. For fuck's sake. I want to know if your cars are going to break down when I'm on a cold, wet motorway. Hopefully not wearing a geometric pink tutu. I ask you, where is the beauty? Where is the captivating elegance and aesthetic brilliance? Jaguar cemented its place in automotive history with legendary models like the XK120, which set speed records in the 1940s, and the E-Type Jag, famously described by Enzo Ferrari himself as the most beautiful car ever made. These vehicles were not just transport. They were rolling works of art that captured the imagination of car enthusiasts across the world and across generations. When did beauty, for the sake of beauty, become shameful, especially in adverts, trying to sell you beautiful things? Of course, it's all kicked off on X. This video has now been seen more than 20 million times with thousands of comments, which, if that was the point of the ad, obviously is a success. But at what cost to the brand's appeal? Elon Musk himself replied with, "Do you sell cars?" To which they replied, "Yes, we'd love to show you. Join us for a cuppa in Miami on the 2nd of December. Warmest regards, Jaguar." Like a corporate email written by a bloke in HR showing a stunning lack of imagination or wit for a brand which is encouraging originality and mold breaking. Jaguar's Mensa member, ex-account handler, carried on engaging with the exasperated social media users, explaining that Jaguar are setting the stage and telling us to consider this the next brushstroke. All will be revealed, they say. But frankly, it seems that nobody is going to care to see the next instalment if it's going to be anything like this Technicolor vomit fest. When one ex-user posted, "They're all so unhappy. It's painful to watch." Jaguar replied, "Hello, thanks for the feedback! Exclamation mark. We'll be sure to pass it on to the team. Best wishes." This utter insincerity evokes the brain-grinding frustration of being put on hold or talking to a bot. It is torture. And when you go to buy a car, you don't generally want to hand over thousands of pounds on a brand that makes you feel physical pain. Another Twitter user responded, "Are you guys the car company, or is this something else?" To which they replied, "Soon you will see things our way." Give me bloody strength. It is that sinister, patronising. We know best because we are woke, and we enjoy looking at humans who are clearly not male, female, or remotely attractive, which is sending customers flying to brands who don't try to make us buy in to a false version of the world. Partway through the X thread, Jaguar realised that they're losing the room and they've got to revert to some wanky advertising speak. These are our strike-throughs, they say. Deliberate, graphic, and linear. Linear? Yeah, like the straight line downwards, which will be your profit projection if the reaction online is anything to go by. So why are they doing this? Why has Jaguar, a brand with such a wonderful history and clear identity, chosen to take such a perplexing approach to its marketing? The answer, ESG, environmental and social governance, of course. Virtue signalling, basically, which sits centre stage in the corporate world and allows millionaires to feel good about themselves when they're lying on their yachts. Jaguar is reinventing itself for the electric age. In 2021, Jaguar announced its commitment to becoming an all-electric luxury brand by 2025. Good luck with that. Jaguar built its reputation on the purr and the roar of the internal combustion engines, and electric cars are looking about as popular now as a bald they-them in a primary colour jumpsuit. Jaguar's managing director, Rawdon Glover, describes this new campaign as a complete reset. And as you know, I get very twitchy about that word reset. And part of what they call a completely transformed Jaguar brand. The company is discontinuing 5 models with close to zero profitability and developing 3 new ultra-luxury electric vehicles. It is clear that Jaguar is betting big on this transformation. They're hoping to position themselves as a cutting-edge, ultra-luxury electric vehicle manufacturer. But look, Jaguar, those cars that aren't making you any money might be because the cars are a bit rubbish. It's not the brand. The brand is epic. But in their eagerness to break from their past glories and appeal to a contemporary audience, whoever they think these people are, Jaguar seems to have forgotten the core values that made their brand desirable in the first place. They risk alienating their traditional customer, who might actually be the only one still able to afford a Jag. And yet this isn't going to land with some imaginary wealthy wokester who buys cars based on nebulous values of what? We're seeing a taffeta-neck ruffle on a moody bald woman with apparently nothing to smile about. Jaguar's rebranding effort does not end with this weird advert. This company has also unveiled a new logo, replacing the iconic leaper, Jaguar, the animal, with a monogram-style word, which they probably paid millions for, but any of us could have come up with it by scrolling through some favourite fonts. And this change has been met with widespread criticism, with some describing it as the biggest downgrade in history, which is presumably not the assessment they were looking for at all. Brands like Porsche have successfully balanced their heritage with electric innovation. They're creating vehicles that appeal to both traditional enthusiasts and the eco-conscious wokesters. This new campaign fails to tell us what will make Jaguar's future electric vehicles unique in what is going to become a crowded market. Maybe the abstract nature of the advert is because they haven't got any actual cars to show us yet, which certainly raises questions about Jaguar's readiness for the transition. They've got no new models currently in production, and there is a year-long gap before the launch of their electric lineup. So maybe this campaign is just a little premature and unfocused. Jaguar need only to look at a few other brands who've gone woke and gone broke. That phrase is gaining momentum, and there's a reason why. Jaguar may not have heard about Bud Light, right? Remember them? They experienced a substantial backlash when they partnered with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney in April 2023. Bud Light lost its position as America's best-selling beer, and the company's profits in the US dropped by more than 28% in that quarter. Target, May 23. They faced controversy over their annual LGBT Pride merchandise collection, do you remember? And the company's stock price fell by more than 10% over the release of the products. The Dylan Mulvaney kiss of death continued with Nike when they promoted women's sports bras with no discernible boobs. But these are just my meandering observations. I'm going to leave you with a final shot of the advert. We don't know what's actually under that shroud. It might be a coffin. Maybe it's signaling the death of humanity as we know it, or just the Jaguar brand. But let's hope that both can rise from the dead.